All right, I'm going to have to do a part two.
Save it for the therapist!
I'm laughing because I made my family record that for me for my little show. Okay. So saving it for the therapist, part 2. So go to part 1 if you haven't seen part 1. I just needed to finish this up. So I had that wonderful idea, right, for my dreams of writing commercial jingles and analyzing dreams. And my mom shot that thing down. And I'm just so fascinated that I remembered it, that I still remember it very vividly. And all that transpired, or the implications of her just saying, those aren't jobs. Just innocently, she didn't think they were jobs. Okay? But it left me, as maybe a highly sensitive person, feeling like I was wrong somehow, that my brain didn't work right. So then I would start shaming myself whenever my real self came up to be expressed. And in my upbringing and society, the more I wanted to be my authentic self, the more I realized, or my essence, it was not going to be accepted, and it's actually going to be dismissed as either odd, no it's not, like dismissing my reality. So I share that, and this all does tie together, is that over time, and this is what trauma does, it's like a little chiseling, different traumas, but this long-term complex PTSD got me into a cycle, a very deep cycle, that all I did was constantly berate and censor myself with each thought and step as I went along. That's just what started to happen, where I would blame myself for everything and anything. So if I didn't line up with somebody else's reality, mine must be wrong. So fold yourself up and suppress it again. So my little dreams of writing commercial jingles and analyzing dreams went buried, along with Shelley. I felt like I was allowed to be my kind of true self if somebody else liked it. So I had to feel it out. And if somebody else didn't like it, or it wasn't more mainstream, or I wasn't blending, if it could be perhaps perceived as a little bit odd, I would for sure shame myself into burying it. So that's what I did as a small child, is I buried things that I thought the other person wouldn't like. Okay, so let's just take that, and what the other part of what I was talking about in the beginning of my part 1 was about being over-adrenalized as a child. So my main baseline was not of just safety and the natural state of affairs of just la 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 and I'm safe and I can go play. And yes, there's going to be hard times, but you know, mom and dad are there to tell me it's okay. It was like, no, they weren't. They were there to be the ones that were like, what are you doing with your life? And oh no, very fear-based. So then I got like, oh no, I guess I need to be on high alert constantly. And it goes deeper than this. So it's not just this little, oh, Shelly decided to tell her mom her dreams and they were squashed. Poor baby, no. There was some heavy duty trauma that did go on underneath that went undetected, that I'm very, very proud of myself, that I have come out the other side and I'm not blending anymore, and I'm brave enough to actually be that self, that little self that says, well, you know what? I'm gonna be writing fucking jingles, and I'm gonna fucking be analyzing dreams, and no one's gonna stop me, but I'm not gonna stop myself. Okay, hold on, somebody walked in. So I'm excited and I'm feeling a lot more brave and a lot more confident in, let me make sure this is going. Yep. Bringing my real self back after it's been buried since I was really tiny. Okay? So I'm very proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for actually being alive and that my brain works phenomenally well, despite my own attacks to it because of other environments not wanting me to shine. I'm still here and I'm still gonna shine. And I think that's what I want to say to everybody is you can do it. I mean, you might as well try, if you are burying yourself, to stop unburying. And this is what goes back to the adrenalizing, because I was so adrenalized where people were using my shine, my energy, I don't know, to get off on, I don't know. But as I got pushed around and blended in, it was like another energy was trying to take my pure soulness, right? And it worked. And as long as I was disconnected from myself, I could be adrenalized and energetically puffed up and made to do things for the other person. So like when they would, in a metaphysical type sense, like shake me, like, what are you gonna do? That kind of attitude was my whole life. You start getting addicted to that adrenaline. So this goes back to part 1 when I was talking about the crack baby. So what I realized is I'm not a crack baby, but I'm an adrenaline junkie, because now, unbeknownst to myself, I didn't want to be this way, but in my family, I had to be on high alert. I had to be in fight or flight. I had to have that adrenaline ready to pump at every turn. And it was not safe at all. So now that I'm trying to be safe in my body, I'm realizing how addicted I've been to the adrenaline. So when that has gone away, so let's say I want it just to be calm. Just calm. No one pushing, no one ing me. I have a very difficult time with the slow, with what natural bliss is just good. Like it was before, but I don't remember. So I'm learning to remember this and get unadrenalized, meaning unaddicted to the adrenaline pump, and be okay with just being me, quiet and